Yo, Kingdom, community vibes, community ties. Terrance Tucker is the brother who's connecting the tribe.
Boom, in the building, we back in the building, man. And you see it, yep, you see it, you're mad at me. I know you're mad. I know you're mad at me, because I got the king next to me, man, the king. Yes, sir, my guy, man, Rusty Russ. We get to call him Rusty Russ, but you got to call him Russell Stewart. You know what I'm saying? It's my guy. Claflin University, stand up. You know what I'm saying? Stand up, man. We got your son here. We got your guy here, man. We got the crook.
The lean and loyal.
The crook of the year from Camden, South Carolina. They still got posters out.
Don't do that.
Oh, Lugo. You know what? My bad, Camden. See, I try to give you one, Camden. I try to give you one because I know it's hard for you to have.
Sure, we got Blind Fury. We took Blind Fury from Camden.
I know it's hard for you. Blind Fury, what's up, man? I hope you see this. Ooh, that's
no
tough.
pun intended.
No pun intended. But listen, y'all, thank y'all so much, man, for tuning in to another impactful episode of the Community Vibes, where we are highlighting people who, first of all, I admire, but that are doing phenomenal things for their respective communities, all right? And today, we have my guy, man. It's like my brother from another, man, Rusty Russ, in the building, because we're going to talk about something that's very, very near and dear to my heart, that's important, which is financial planning. You know what I'm saying? Life insurance, okay? That's so key, all right? Money, listen, man, money makes the world go round, okay? So you got to know what you're doing. Now, before we get to this guy, okay, let's pay two quick bills, all right? The first bill is this. If God woke you up this morning, give him all the praise. Give him all the praise and give him all the thanks, because he is able, okay? If you can wake up right now, man, and you can breathe, you can eat, you got a car, whatever you can do right now, give him all the thanks, man, okay? Because he is able. He is the reason for the season. Look at the news right now, man. You see people dying every single day, all right? So if you're not in the morgue right now, you should be thanking God right now, all right? And number two, salute to Charlotte, North Carolina, man. Charlotte, North Carolina, man, we're in the building. Yes, sir, we're in the building, man. But more importantly, man, listen, man, salute to all my HBCUs, man, all right? We got some phenomenal people, man, some phenomenal graduates that are doing some major work in their communities, all right? Like my guy, okay, my guy. Ladies, man, listen, man, stand up on your feet right now and give my guy right here a standing ovation, man. My God, man, I appreciate you. What's going on, brother? How you doing?
No noise. Just another day. Another day of life.
He's a modest, humble guy when you don't know him. When you don't know him. So financial planning, dog. So first off, let's start from the basics now. You went to one of the most, let's say, prestigious, man, you know what I'm saying, HBCUs in the country, right? Why Claflin University?
Why Claflin University? Because it wasn't Shaw University. What happened was I chose Claflin because I really either wanted to play ball for Cy Alexander, which was coaching at South Carolina State at the time. But then the year that I graduated high school, he went to North Carolina A&T.
North Carolina A&T, right.
Then Flip Murray just came out of CIAA, went to the NBA.
Right.
So I was writing the different HBCUs. John C. Smith wanted to go there as well.
Right.
And what happened was I got no responses. And Brandon Brown from out of Greenville, was doing in politics now in the Browns Funeral Home. He came to school and he asked me and my homeboy to come down there and try out.
To Shaw?
To Claflin.
Claflin. Okay.
So we went down there, try out. I found about the Call Me Mr. program, which is a elementary school program for black males in the elementary school system. And I actually didn't even get a scholarship to play basketball. I came on a package deal. So my homeboy got the scholarship, but he seen that it was a package deal. So I walked on. I didn't start getting scholarship money until my junior year. So that's why Claflin University, because one, it gave me that opportunity to pursue my dream to play college basketball.
Right.
And two, in the beginning, I thought I was gonna be an elementary school teacher. So the Call Me Mr. program was the first initial program.
Right.
that I went there for initially.
Oh wow, okay, dope. So you graduated. You played basketball, right? You did phenomenal there. You know what I'm saying? Salute to you. You know what I'm saying? Graduating, man, with that degree from Claflin University, man. What's some of the things that you take from graduating? You know what I'm saying? From that university, playing ball those 4 years.
Probably the biggest thing that I took from Claflin University is a network. And this is before, I think Facebook came out maybe 2006, 2005, where it started hitting the different universities. But having that network and keeping in touch with that network, because later on, after I pursued a career in financial services, I went back to everybody that I knew from the college standpoint, from a clientele target, to get the brand out there and what it was that I was trying to do. So understanding that people that you're in school with, they're going to be going to different levels, different expertise, different professions, and that is how important it is to keep in touch with that network. So that way you can navigate and you can grow and be able to, on the back end, interact with those folks as well, more than just peers. Right. So when you finished, like when you graduated, college, did you know that you wanted to get into financial planning from there? No, man.
Were you a thought, Russ?
No, man. Man, I was working at K Jewelers, man.
Jewelers.
I was working at K Jewelers. I was working at TNT
Selling
Fireworks.
Zirconias.
No, man. We do real diamonds. Give you the blood diamond disclosure. Do the blood diamonds. But yeah, I was working at TNT Fireworks. Then I started working at K Jewelers because the fireworks was real labor intensive, hot in the warehouse.
Facts.
And I taught school as a full-time sub where I was teaching children with mild disabilities.
Oh, wow, okay,
so
dope.
I was a resource teacher and I was going to start the PACE program.
Okay.
And then I got a call from the Social Security Administration. And that's when I started to work for the federal government from 2009 to 2014.
Oh, that's solid, man.
And being at the Social Security Administration, I was saving money, putting it to the side, but it just wasn't growing. And I just knew that money had the ability to grow on its own.
Right.
So I called my mortgage lender because I wanted to buy a house because I thought it was an investment at the time.
Right.
And he said, you should talk to this guy who was actually a regional vice president for Primerica.
Oh, wow.
And I sat down with him and he talked more about finances in 30 minutes. I learned my whole entire life.
Wow.
And he asked me to go into business with him and I declined at first, but then I got into trading stocks on my own. And then I went back to him and he said, yo, if you get a license, you can do this for other people. So I started finance part-time. And then I just started going to my job every day, hating. And I said, all right, I'm gonna take a leap of faith. And that's when I transitioned and started working in financial planning full-time and moved back to Charleston, South Carolina.
So for the people, for the listeners, man, why is financial planning so important? Like, why, because, we all have issues, let's say with money, with saving and all that stuff. Why is financial planning so important?
I'll say financial planning is important because it's an important part of your life. It's not your whole life, but we all have 4 types of life. We have a spiritual life, we have an emotional life, we have a physical life, and then we have a financial life.
Right.
Most people don't have a financial problem. They either have a physical problem, spiritual problem, emotional problem, and they vent financially. So what happens is if you're just bad with money, then spiritually you're gonna feel bad. Emotionally, you're gonna feel that you're not where you're supposed to be, and then physically you'll let yourself go. But if you got a physical, emotional, spiritual problem, physical, you're not gonna care about who you are and how you take care of your physical body, which can play a toll later on in life and finances.
Right.
Emotionally, you're not gonna feel value of yourself, so you're gonna spend money to try to increase that value. Spiritually, if you don't have a good spiritual sound being, then what do you care about anything else in life? So everything just vents through finances.
Oh, that's dope.
So once you figure out those 3 things and having a well-balanced life in those 3 things, then financially you'll be able to to bring it all together to have a well-balanced life.
So let me ask you this, because Michael Jordan told he told people a long time ago, like most great players can't coach the game.
Okay.
Right. And most there are so many smart people who can't teach what they know. Right. So how did you learn how to teach financial planning?
How did I learn how to teach financial planning? So the first thing is being able to dumb down the message.
Okay.
That's, I think, the biggest discouragement from people in the community or shying away from finances is the terminology.
Gotcha.
So instead of saying diversify your portfolio,
Right.
you say don't have all your eggs in one basket.
Okay.
If you want to say you want to be able to have liquid assets, you say no, you need to have cash savings on hand.
Right.
So once you start breaking down their terminology, then people feel less discouraged and more encouraged to start taking action. So once I learned how to, and I usually call it the newspaper syndrome. The Wall Street Journal, you need a bachelor's degree to be able to understand what's going on. But the newspaper, you just need to be able to read it on a third grade level.
Wow.
So you start talking to people on the newspaper level, they'll start to understand the high ends of finance on a low level.
Wow. Wow.
Of stage of things.
Okay. Dope, man. Man, I hope y'all got y'all pen and pads out, man, because my guy giving y'all some jewels right now, because this is stuff I ain't even know, okay? This stuff I ain't even know, and I'm older than him, okay? So I have been struggling all my life with money.
All my life I had to fight.
All my life I had to fight, okay? But I'm doing much better now, okay? Now, for people like me who have struggled, you wrote a book, okay? What's the name of that book?
The name of the book is called The 30-Day Difference, Make It a Habit and Make It Happen.
What is it about?
So what I talk about in that book is, number one, it takes 21 days to build a habit, but I just used 30 days because it was a more catchy title. In that 30 days, number one, you're gonna learn how to think positive, take action, and build self-confidence over the course of 30 days.
Right.
So every day you wanna wake up with the words of affirmation. You already have the goal that you wanna achieve in 30 days. You have that action step of what you want to do for that day to achieve the overall goal. So each day, each individual task is going to help you achieve the overall goal. So you're just breaking it down over the course of 30 days.
Okay.
Then at the end of the day, you're going to give a reflection, you're going to list your frustrations and your achievements, so that way you can build up that self-confidence. And what I found, that even with me practicing this and other people practicing it, you may not achieve your goal in 30 days, but because you built that habit of achieving it, eventually over the course of time, you're going to keep doing what you need to do to be able to achieve that goal.
Okay. Now, for those who may be looking for that book, man, how can they purchase that book?
So right now it's currently available on Amazon. So that's the platform that I use to sell the book. The book actually came out in 2014. It was initially a filler book for the first book that I still have that I need to go back in and rebuild, called Life, Liberty, and the Pursuit of Happiness, the guide to achieving your American dream. So eventually that's something that I think I will put out. I need to put out, but I don't want to put a time frame on it yet, because I'm still changing my philosophies of how I feel about different things financially.
Okay. So life insurance, man, like, you know, life insurance is so imperative to your life. You know what I'm saying? You know, just having that whole safety net. You know what I'm saying? We normally don't learn how important it is, right, until death, right? You know what I'm saying? When you got to come out the pocket with a GoFundMe account, hey, we need money for little Johnny. Yeah. Fish dinners, man, car washes, and then you wind up cremating the guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So pocketing the money.
Got to burn them out.
Buy that Gucci book bag.
Ain't got to burn little Johnny.
Disrespectful. Johnny ain't gonna burn it up because you being cheap. All right. You gonna learn. Why is life insurance so important, bro?
So what people don't understand is that life insurance is not really life insurance, it's income insurance. So you cannot replace a person's life, but you can replace their income.
Right.
So what life insurance does, it's a selfless product. It's not for you, it's for the people who depend on you, who have an insurable interest on you, meaning that when you pass away, somebody's at a financial decline because you're no longer in the household, or you're providing for whatever family structure that you're in.
Gotcha.
Even in business owners, if me and you were in business together, I'm not sure I want to be in business with your family.
Right.
So what we would do is, you'll get a life insurance policy on me, I'll get a life insurance policy on you, and if we pass away, that life insurance buys your family out of the business, and I'm the sole owner of that business.
Wow. Okay.
So it's more so of risk management. So what you want to do is make sure you have enough adequate life insurance, so that way when you pass away, your family doesn't have a different change of quality of life by you being gone.
Wow.
So you can't replace a person's life, but you definitely can replace their income.
Man, you just taught me something right there, man. I feel like 10 times smarter just sitting by the guy. Yo, I hope I got life insurance. Yo, my job, we gonna talk Monday morning, man. HR department, I'm coming in there. I got to know if I got life insurance. Okay.
Sure no.
Okay. Listen, man. Now I gotta be worried, man. I might send a text later on, like, hey, man.
I said your policy off my phone right now.
You see, y'all already trying to get my money. You trying to get my money. My homeboy trying to get me.
Listen, man.
You see him trying to get me, dog? He's trying to get me.
I want you to leave a legacy. You're gonna leave a legacy when you live.
No,
because of what you doing.
I ain't giving nobody jack. You gonna think my money going down with me. It's going in the grave with me. Okay? It is what it is. You should have been doing what you. You should have been doing your thing like I told you to. Okay, so we know how important life insurance is, man, and we know money is real important. But leaving a legacy is real important also. And you have a son,
right?
And what I'm saying, salute to Champ, man. That's my guy, right there. And so, how important is leaving your legacy to your son, man? How important is that?
So let's first understand legacy and what, as an individual, as a parent, as a generation, you always want the next generation to have a better life than you did.
Right.
So idealistically, we have to define what is a better life. All right. So slaves, their better life for their kids was freedom. Right. The freedom kids, their better life for their kids was education. Right. The education life of their kids is more so the professionalship, having the professional jobs and being able to compete in corporate America. I think we're the corporate America kids, so we're thinking ownership, having ownership. Right. So when I think about leaving a legacy for my son, number one, I'm gonna do what I'm supposed to do financially while I'm on earth. So it's two things that's gonna happen, two fears that you're gonna have: living too long and running out of money, or dying too soon. All right. So I got over $1 million of life insurance on me, so that way if I die too soon, he'll be able to maintain that quality of life and be able to be further ahead than what I was given. Right. Now, in the process of that life insurance, I'm saving, I'm investing to be responsible. So that way, number one, I can enjoy the fruits of my labor at the end, but also he'll be able to eat twice. He'll be able to have an inheritance of money as well as an inheritance of life insurance. So that would be my idealistic, because we're so far behind in the wealth gap, and where life insurance derived from, a lot of people don't understand, is from slavery. You had to protect that property. So if you bought some property and you were transporting it from wherever you got it, from the Charleston market, from the Atlantic trade, from Africa over, with that labor generated fruits. So I had to insure my investment. I had to protect my investment. So what life insurance came from was protecting those slaves during transportation and while they're on the plantation. Because if one slave dies, you lost some free labor. So that's what life insurance came from, was to be able to maintain again that quality of life if that person is no longer there. So that's why it's so important, because those who are inheritance from slave ownership are further ahead because of life insurance. Because we're so far behind in the black community, we almost have to die forward to catch up. And the only way to catch up and close the wealth gap is through life insurance. And savings and investing, but life insurance more so, because living is for certain, but dying is. Dying
is certain. Like, it's gonna happen. Okay, it's gonna happen. We just don't know when, but it's gonna happen. Okay, so now you see the whole Black Lives Matter movement, you know what I mean, and you have a young black son. And have you had that conversation with him about what he may face when he gets 16, 17 years old, about, let's say, racial profiling and all that stuff like that? Have you had that conversation with him yet? And if you have, what was that conversation like?
I haven't gotten into the depth of the details of that conversation, but last week we were looking at freedom riders. And what I realized, I asked him, I said, do you know what racism is? And I said, there's no wrong answer. I just want to know, what do you know?
Right.
He was like, when people are getting treated different because of the color of their skin and they don't have things that other people have. And it blew me away. I was like, you're absolutely right.
Wow.
So the fact that he understands it, however, like him, I didn't engage with racism or understand racism until I got older.
Right.
I had all white friends when I was younger. And then just ironically, and I don't even know how this happened, as I got to middle school, I had less white friends and more black friends. And then I started to seeing the treatment different. So at this point, you kind of don't want to, I don't want to overburden him with it, but I just want him to be educated about it.
Gotcha.
Because I mean, you can say the law of attraction or whatever, but I want him to be able to focus on living, not being on not dying.
Right.
So I'm very careful about the conversation I have because I don't want him to walk on eggshells, scared to live life.
Right.
When I versus him fearing of dying because of who he is and color of skin.
Right.
So we just talk about how the importance it is to embrace who you are, understand that people are going to treat you different.
They are.
But know that you're just as good. You're not better, but you're just as good as that other person.
Yeah. Wow. That's powerful, bro. That's powerful, man. You know, because, you know, one of my dad's fears, man, when I was growing up was just me walking home from school and being targeted by someone, or me being out in the store somewhere with my friends and maybe doing the wrong thing or being racial profiled. You know what I'm saying? And when your son gets to the point where he can drive, man, what's some of the things that you're going to tell him to look out for?
Well, I'll probably tell him my story.
Okay.
My father is a police officer. And I've seen in certain instances where I was treated different by the color of my skin. And I'm thinking because my father was a police officer, I'm immune from it.
Right.
So I'll never forget I was 16 and my mom had a Cutlass Supreme they gave to
Cutlass.
me. You know, it said 20-inch knockoffs. Ooh. And it was a pothole in the middle of the road. And I swerved because I didn't want my rim to be on. And the guy pulled me over and he said, you know, I pulled you over because you were swerving. I said, my fault, officer. Got rims, I didn't want to bend my rims. He's like, yeah, whatever, give me your license. So then my homeboy, so he's like, have you been drinking? And I was like, nah, we good. He said, you will see. And he went to the car and I guess he actually looked at my registration. And he said, Anna Stewart, that work at the credit union? I was like, yeah. He said, Lieutenant Stewart's your dad? Or Major Stewart's your dad? I was like, yeah. He said, tell him Brian said hello. Whole attitude change. And then I'll never forget an instance I was living in Baltimore and I was driving with a hood on my head. I was taking my son to daycare. And I just got pulled over and dude said license registration. Didn't tell me why he pulled me over, but for some reason, I don't know what I was going through that week, so I didn't pay no attention. Gave my registration, told me to go on about my day, I was clean. Don't know why he stopped me, but then it wasn't until I got to work to say, yo, that wasn't right. And then the last instance, Tuck, and this probably was the most scariest thing ever. I was living in Charleston. Went to the gas station with a hoodie on, still working in financial planning. You know what I mean? You think you wear suits every day, but the one day you wear your sweatpants on, you put your hoodie on. I was in the gas station. The police started following me.
Yeah.
So I said, let me switch lanes. He switched lanes. I switched lanes back. He switched lanes back. I called my father, my hero.
Right.
I said, Dad, the police is following me. And he said, are you wearing your seatbelt? I said, yes, sir. Are you speeding? No, sir. You should be all right. I said, Dad, but he followed me. He said, what do you want me to do?
Right.
When your hero can't save you,
can't save you, then who
you're
can?
in trouble. You're in trouble.
Wow.
So it doesn't matter if you are the best black man, you're the well-dressed. If your father's police, nobody is exempt from the brutality and the incident going wrong. So just understanding that, and I gave him my name because I understand the immunity that I got from my father's name.
Right.
So that's why I named him Junior, because again, building that legacy.
Right.
If that break allows him to say, hey, Russell's your dad, have a good day.
Take it.
I'll take it. Right out.
I'll take it. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. I'm telling you, man, that's some good information right there. Listen, y'all, I'm telling you, man, it's so important to have that conversation with your young son or daughter. You know what I'm saying? It's important because, listen, man, black or brown, you know what I'm saying, they're going to still look down.
Break it down. They'll take you down.
They'll take you down. I'm trying to tell you. We ain't speaking from just what we think might happen.
Tell you.
We speaking from what we know might happen and will happen. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately. I mean, that's just the times that we're living in right now. Okay, so make sure that you have that conversation with your kids, man. You know, which is a very difficult conversation to have. You know what I mean? It's not always the most easy conversation because no matter what you tell them, kids got to go through it themselves to realize how serious it is. You know what I'm saying? So make sure that you still do your due diligence, you know what I mean, and have that conversation with your kids. Not only your kids, your doggone nephews, church members, whatever, mentees, whatever. Have that conversation with them. Because I'm telling you now, man, you don't want to get that call saying such and such has been killed or such and such has been, let's say arrested because of, X, Y, Z.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So go ahead and nip it in the bud right now. All right. Now, we also know that you've lived in, man, you live in Baltimore, Charleston, all over, man. You know what I'm saying? And you work for so many different companies, you know what I'm saying? You started your own business as well, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to that, man, when it comes to starting your own business, what's one of the first lessons you took from that?
That you can't be the same person that started a business.
Wow.
Who you were before, and then when you get in business, you realize that you have to totally change who you are.
You gotta change
to be in business.
Wow.
And what I mean by not necessarily your foundation, but necessarily your habits, where you hang, how you hang, and how you present yourself.
Yeah.
I had to do a whole rebranding change because if anybody know me, they know I like to hang out, have a good time, and do what I do. But what I realized is that what you do the most visibly is who you are to other people. So even though when I first started, I didn't understand that. I still was having a good time. I still was hanging out, buying sections in the club. But what people understand is, are you taking my money and just having a good time? So I had to be more responsible.
Dumb it down a little bit.
And dumb it down.
Right.
Be a little bit more private. Not
Public
saying you got to
perception.
change who that is, but you have to have that perception for other people. And you have to consistently do it because that's consistently who you are.
Right.
So, even though I like nice things,
Yeah.
I bought them in private more though than in public.
Right.
So that was one of the biggest things is that I could not be who I was.
Yeah.
I changed everything from my belief system to I became more of a reader at the time.
Right.
And a student of the business. So that way that I can be successful. So you can't be the same person going into business.
That's solid, man. That's solid. Listen, man, that's good information right there, y'all. Listen, my man done gave y'all some jewels today, man. You see what I'm saying? First off, you see him rocking the Gamecock t-shirt, man.
Bro.
Go Cox, man. Listen, we only getting 10 games. All SEC, that's disrespectful.
Oh, 10
you could at least gave us Waffle or Chapin High School or something. We need some guarantee.
Academic
Grays Collegiate, Eau Claire. You could have gave us Johnson. You ain't had to give us all SEC schools, man. What y'all trying to do? They're trying to close us down? Oh my God. Listen, man, South Carolina State, we can't even talk because we ain't even playing. Okay, we ain't having a season, okay? It's disrespectful.
That just show you the value of black lives.
That just show you the black lives don't matter, man.
Back to the SEC.
Black lives don't matter to the SEC.
Yes, sir.
Okay? Hey, black players, man, y'all don't even play. Yeah, I said it here. Don't even play. Transfer to South Carolina State University and we'll take you. Yes, we'll take you. Listen, man, thank y'all so much for tuning in. But we can't leave just yet because me and my dog just finished chowing down some phenomenal wings that we murdered, okay? And I gotta ask him the question. Yep, gotta ask my dog the question, man. So Rusty Rush, man, like my brother, when it comes to chicken wings, man, you know how chicken wings, you know how much they mean to me. You know I love chicken wings, okay? And near and dear to my heart. How much, no, let me ask you this. Do you prefer flats or wings or drums?
So we got to the last two chicken wings.
You did.
You said, do you
did pick the joints.
You said, do you want the drum or do
I want the flats?
And I picked the flat.
You did.
You should have known right then and there what type of
you
brother
gonna
I
ride
was.
the flats.
Because no, I picked the flat because you bought the wings, but I really wanted the drum.
See, that's friendship right there. He knew my heart. He knew I wanted him to go right with the you know what I'm saying, with the flat. He picked the flat because he knew that I love the drum. That's friendship, man. Some of y'all ain't got that in y'all. That's why y'all ain't got no friends out here, man. Because y'all wanna put y'all friends first sometimes, man. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, man. All right, listen, man. Salute to Claflin University. You know what I'm saying? Salute to South Carolina State University. Salute to the University of South Carolina, man. Salute to everybody in Columbia, South Carolina, man. Salute Lugoff, man. Represent, man. Salute Lugoff, man. And we're here in Charlotte, North Carolina, man. So salute to Charlotte, North Carolina, man. We love y'all, okay? And we have had a good time here, man. And we'll be back. Yes, sir. We'll be back, man. Make sure, now Russ, how can they follow you on social media?
So you can follow me on Instagram at Russell Q Stewart. Also Facebook, of course, Russell Stewart. And also Merrick Financial Group, that's on Instagram as well. So you can find us there. Right now, we've all outsourced our investment part of it, but we're still doing the life insurance aspect of it. Probably pick up the investment part, as well as taxes in 2021. So we'll be doing tax preparation as well as financial planning in 2021.
You heard it. Follow the man. Make sure you get in contact with him, all right? Get your money together, okay? Health is wealth. Life insurance, man. We ain't trying to burn you. We ain't trying to burn you in no box, okay?
I get you about $1 million for about $95 a month.
Get the money. Get the money. If he die, but because of the doggone virus, get the money. I'm just kidding.
Get on your baby dad if he ain't doing nothing for your kids.
Your baby dad ain't doing nothing for your kids. Get the money. You feel me? Get the cash flow. All right. Salute to y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? Salute. Listen, man. Thank you to my brother. Listen, man. I love this dude right here, y'all. All right. Stay prayed up. Put God first, man. Number one, man. Community vibes.
Yo, Kingdom. Community vibes, community ties. Terrance Tucker is the brother who's connecting the tribe. You say you won't shine, come get your shine on. You say you want vibes, come get your vibe on. Community vibes, community ties. Terrance Tucker is the brother who's connecting the tribe. Hey, you say you won't shine, we'll get your shine on. You say you want vibes, we'll get your vibe on.